Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. Today I have some more new Seikos to show you. I showed you the military watches, the 40mm hand-winding hacking watches a couple weeks ago. In that same release, Seiko usually releases watches twice a year. There are a whole bunch of other models that I was waiting to get in. So this is kind of round two. I'm going to show you a bunch of models here, and there'll definitely be a round three. I'm expecting some Prospex divers. There's one really cool though, 140th anniversary white dial chrono in this batch, quartz, but really nifty. Couple of also military or flight inspired watches and one dressy guy. I'm not going to show, I did get in a bunch of Couture watches, the SSG models. Those are world time. You know, you open the box and the watch comes to life and the hands go to position and stuff. What do they call it? Active sync or whatever it's called. I'm not going to show those only because they're generally a lot less popular, but just know that we have them. There's a couple new Couture styles that you can check out on the website. We also have integrated bracelets, which I know are just, for my customer, for watch people, you guys generally dislike integrated bracelets. Nothing says summer than the Squalomatic blue dial. Still out of stock, I apologize, but I love wearing mine. I get so many people asking me where I got this strap. Guys, it is a Barton's rubber strap. So you can check them out online and pick one up. Nothing says summer like it. And then my own ISL 54 on the bracelet. Islander restocks are coming. Your dress watches, the Salex, the Sarblinder, whatever you want to call it, will be coming back very soon, as well as the field watches. Anyway, let's head on over and see what Seiko's got for us today. For me, this guy is the headliner of the show. So Seiko is going through their 140th anniversary. Not exactly a young company at all, right? But I'm thinking, you know, it's not 150, it's not 200, it's just 140. But to coincide with 140, they kind of came out with a whole bunch of watches. I showed you a diver, 100-meter diver, last in one of the videos, a couple videos ago, excuse me, with that white checkerboard dial. There is a nice higher-end SPB style model, which I won't be able to sell, but it is out there. There are some crazy spring drive chronograph GMT watches to celebrate it. This is another offering in the more affordable category. This is a chronograph. My first thoughts when I look at it, I know it looks nothing like it, but I think Flightmaster SNA 413, the white and blue Flightmaster, that's very rare. I just think this thing is beautiful. We're looking at SSB 395, and again, it is part of Seiko's 140th anniversary collection. There it is, SSB 395, $295. It's a 10 bar, 100-meter water resistant watch, Hardlex crystal, blah 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 blah. But it's just the dial, white and blue, which are Island Watch colors, right? I can't believe Seiko copied me. Haha. Beautiful horizontal striped dial. Look at the work done to it, the levels, the depth, sunken silver subdials. So make no mistake, this dial is very white. I mean, look at the white behind me here, behind the watch. Very white. The subdials all do take on a little bit of a brushed, kind of silvery finish. Enough. 41 millimeters in diameter, so a great size. 41 millimeter, 12.5 thick to a flat Hardlex crystal. 48 lug tip to lug tip. Doth I spot negative end links? I do. Spring bar holes for easy strap changes. Another departure for Seiko, I guess in my opinion. 22 millimeter lug, solid screw down case back. Seiko limited edition writing. I don't know if they write how limited this is. Made in Japan though. I wouldn't take limited edition too much to heart. They probably make like 5 or 10,000 of them. 22 millimeter lug, folded end links, kind of those mock solid links. I don't think they're true solid. I believe there's a line in between them or something, but a decent bracelet nonetheless. We got 2 position of micro adjust, double push button, deploy it. I'm not going to take it off. but I'm just taken by the beauty of it. It is a push-pull crown. It does run on Seiko's 8T63 quartz chronograph. None of the watches I'm going to show you today are solar. You might think that a couple of them from their styles that they belong in the solar collection. I've made this note in the past. In the lower cost watches, Seiko is moving out of solar for one reason or another. Solar is still fine in your Coutura, your higher end chronographs, your Patty Solar Diver. They all have, those are still solar, but in the lower end, we're seeing solar disappear. So it is a chronograph. Start, stop. You have a little white seconds hand, but yeah, granted, not the easiest to read on a white background, but let's face it, who really uses the chronograph? And maybe you do, but it works. Reset. You have a 24-hour indicator here. It's slaved to real time. You have elapsed minutes, so this is a 60-minute chronograph. And then running seconds down below. The white ring on the start-stop. I don't know, there's so much about the watch that I think is really pretty, really cool. I know I mentioned the price was $295. So I'm going to do a little bit of a departure here. I'm actually going to pick up, I have 5 watches to show you. The last 3 are all going to be the same, just different colors. This is a watch I don't think I would normally give lip service to, but it's difficult to see in pictures what's going on. First of all, this thing is incredibly light and squeaky right now. That'll dissipate. That'll dissipate over time. This is their dress watch, SWR 064. 215 bucks, runs on their 4N30 movement. So it's a gold tone watch with a brown leather strap, 23 millimeter oddball lug size, matching buckle, hardlex crystal. It is 28.5 millimeters this way. It is 38 on the lug tip to lug tip. It is a mere 7 millimeters thin, very light, 30 meters of water resistance. The reason I bring this up, let's look at the back real quick. Very classy, very stately watch. Come see it in video. But do you see the vertical striping on the gold tone dial just within the framed out rectangle? Almost called it a square. It's a rectangle, isn't it? Inside of the gold applied indices. It's got this striping, and it's a very subtle effect. It doesn't come across the greatest in photography. I hope it's coming out in video, but love it. I thought this was really, it's a cool mention for 215 bucks, a great option for a dress watch. Which brings us to the last ones. SUR 491, this one, 493, and 495. 215, 225 for these two. This is, again, now these are quartz, not solar. You might think that these could be solar. They could be. Very bright, open dials. They could easily be solar watches, but again, back to quartz, 6N43 movement, push-pull crown, day, date. Let's advance the time. So it was in Spanish, English. So as you guys know, you pull it out one click and you can cycle the date and then cycle the day. So I'm going to go with English for me, Friday the 8th, sounds good. Nice ticking, quartz seconds, 100 meters of water resistance. It's a little bit of a larger watch, so I'm sure there'll be some gripes for that. 43 millimeters in diameter, 10 thick to that flat, hardlex crystal, 51 on the lug tip to lug tip, again with the drilled lugs. It is a 22 millimeter lug width. Comes in a beautiful blue nylon strap, much akin to the SNK straps. Back with leather, nylon on the front with reinforcement where the holes are. And a nice matching brushed buckle. Light, comfortable. The bezel is knurled, as you can see, but it doesn't turn. So you see an arrow at 12. It's just there for looks. The bezel is not functional. It does not turn. It's fixed. That kind of annoyed me that they put a triangle there, but didn't decide to make it turnable. For loom, I'll do a loom shot at the end, but it's just the hands and then the triangles at the 12, 3, 6, 9. Would have been cool if they were able to loom all the numbers, because I love the font that they used, how it's broken up. I don't know, kind of a little fancy, a little digital. Nice watch, very simple. So for $225, you up the game to a gunmetal or PVD case. I think it's a PVD. It's kind of tough to tell sometimes with the gloss. But more of a gunmetal, I think, than a straight black. But then they pair it with the awesome sand strap. And by the way, black background day and dates on all of them, which is perfect. White hands pop against the background on that black dial. They even match the triangle that doesn't move to the look of the strap and the numbers. Just, again, I think this is great. Very classy, sporty, rugged, pilot, military. It's got everything. And a good price, $225. Like I said, because it's a plated case. And then, you guys remember Phantom watches? I do. It's got to be over a decade ago. Maybe it's even longer than that. When these were a thing, watches that you could barely read. What the hell's the point? Black dial, you know, gray outline hands, gray outline numbers in this. Now we have a blasted case, which is really cool. Gunmetal blasting. It's not black. It looks awesome. It totally disappears, as does the time, right? I mean, I'm not really doing much here. I can adjust the exposure a bit, but no doubt it's difficult to tell the time. Reminds me of the Android Phantom watch. Had the numbers printed on the glass in black. The dial was black. You almost couldn't see the time. Matching buckle, of course. I will try each one on. Oh, you know, let me do a quick loom shot of these three. We'll try each one on, and then we'll be done. So here's the black model. I'm not going to BS you. This is not Lumabrite. I don't think Lumabrite comes in black. It's very poor loom. The triangle on the dial lights up very faintly, as do the hands. Now, charged before this one is, or are the other two, which glow great. The blue is in my left hand, and the black dial with the sand strap is in my right hand. Very easy to tell the time. You can see it, no problemo. The other two watches, I believe, have absolutely zero loom. If that changes, I'll show them real quick. Okay, here's the Chrono. The dress watch, no loom. The Chrono, just the hands and just the little blip at 12. That is it. So not exactly going for, you know, you could see the time and you have a little index for where 12 o'clock is, but it's not glowing like crazy. That's my green light there. And one day I'll cover it with a piece of tape. There you go. But the dress watch, the gold tone dress watch, zero loom. So let's go. Here is that SSB 395, the 140th anniversary Chrono. I really, out of all the watches I showed you, my favorite. I love this watch. It looks great. The use of white and blue is perfect. It is a limited edition, although in life everything is limited, right? You know, this isn't going to be 100 pieces. Like I said, it's probably a relatively large number, at least for you and me. For Seiko, maybe not so much, but it still is limited nonetheless. So in my shorts or sweatpants and t-shirt, you know, kind of dress code, this is a watch I normally don't have to wear. I mean, it's very nice. Don't get me wrong. It works great, but this is more of a watch for someone that's, well, dressing up a bit, maybe a suit. You know, if I ever break mine out again, ever again. Yeah, yes, I said mine, because I only own one suit, because I never have to wear one. There you go. Nice. Okay, so I'm just going to try on the blue one, of course, but wow, this thing is awesome. So I get it at, you know, 43-ish millimeters. It's a big watch, 51 on the tip to tip. But man, it's beautiful, wide open, easy to read. It's a knockout. I really love it. I feel they could have done a little bit more on the loom end with things, but still, beautiful, beautiful watch. And that'll do it. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you 5 more new Seikos. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. Questions or comments, put them down below, and I'll be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.